It's the main event of the YouTube Cup Series at Race Mountain Speedway. Brought to you by 3D Botmaker and Sub4RA. Welcome back to Race Mountain Speedway for this special Diecast Sports presentation. It's the YouTube Cup Series, brought to you by the Sub4RA YouTube channel. If you haven't seen the qualifying round or the segment racing, make sure you pause this video and go over to the Sub4RA YouTube channel. While you're over there, hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with Diecast NASCAR racing. Joining me in the booth today is none other than Rhino from Sub4RA himself. Welcome to Race Mountain Speedway, Rhino.
Thank you, 3D, for having us to Race Mountain Speedway, the hottest track on YouTube right now. I know I've looked on every single channel going, and this is the hottest track to date. And it's November, it's cold outside, but it's still the hottest. And if you, the fans, have already seen qualifying and the segment racing, then you're probably already more spent than a $20 bill in your pocket, but there's a whole lot more coming.
There's definitely been a lot of action in this race, to say the least. Let's take a look at the drivers who are left. Here's the 9 drivers who have somehow survived the mountain and are here for the main event. Getting this far is an accomplishment just in itself. Up first is the number 18 M&M car.
Kyle Busch has probably looked the smoothest in qualifying and segment racing. Does he have what it takes to get his first win today?
Up next we have number 3, Blue Dale.
We got more junk food in the main event, but here's another car, this one by Michael's Diecast Garage and Racing, ready to win today.
Then it's Jimmie Johnson driving the number 92.
About this time, I think all these drivers need an Excedrin. Jimmie Johnson being a light car, I think he could pull it off.
In the 44 Hot Wheels car is Kyle Petty.
Kyle, the first rubber tire car here in the main event. That could pose some problems for him, but we'll see if he can overcome them.
Then we have Vinnie, Nightlife.
How does this guy do it? I mean, how is he in the main event? There's no way he's going to win. I'm sorry.
I really don't know. Up next is Kahne driving the number 5 Farmer's car.
Farmer's Insurance? Could this race be rigged? That's too easy. Kahne has looked good, though.
Then we have Chef Squid driving the number 317.
Another rubber tire car here in the main event. He's flown under the radar all season. Could he pull off the big win?
We have Tim Flock driving the 60 car.
Out of Scott Engineering / Nick Devers Racing, this is the one car in the main event. Could he pull off the huge payday?
And last up in the number 12 mobile car is Jeremy Mayfield.
Well, you can't go wrong with a racehorse on the side of your car. Will it give him some additional horsepower here in the main event?
The drivers are in position for this 4-lap race.
Now, 3D, is this legal? 9 cars in a box on Race Mountain?
Well, I did make the start gate, so I guess so.
Let's go, boys!
Driving around turn 1.
Oh, we got Jimmie Johnson and Chef Squid down already.
Oh, and Tim Flock rolls over. But he's still on his tires. Do you mind if I say it?
Go ahead, 3D.
Caution on the track for an El Reco.
Well, we got Jimmie Johnson down. Vinnie, Nightlife still has life, but that looks like Jeremy Mayfield on his roof.
I believe so. Tim Flock getting his car rolled over at the end there, but somehow he's still on all 4 tires.
That guy must have a collection of 4-leaf clovers somewhere. Oh, but there's Chef Squid 316 with a sign. Both out of commission.
You can see right here, Chef Squid coming out of turn 1, sliding down on his roof.
Look like old slip and slide action for old Chef Squidski. And look at Kyle Busch going sideways as the leader down off of turn 1.
You can see right here, Chef Squid goes too high on that turn and comes in and hits that inside curb.
Actually, it looks like Kyle Busch takes out the sign, and I tell you what, if these guys don't have a future in NASCAR, they have it in bowling.
Jeremy Mayfield also wrecking over there on turn 2. Let's take a closer look at that.
Well, first of all, look at Jimmie Johnson. He better get checked out really good in the infield medical center, but Jeremy Mayfield with perhaps the weakest wreck of the day. I'm kind of disappointed with that.
And look at Kahne running into the back of Tim Flock.
Making him do a somersault. Tim Flock seems to come out of it no worse for wear like he has all day. Could it be his day, or has he ran out of luck here at Race Mountain?
3 drivers of wrecked were down to the last 6.
All right, after the carnage of the first lap, we got Blue Dale out in row 1. Next to him, Kyle Busch in the 18, and here we go.
The cars are bunched up around turn 1.
There's Kyle Busch with the breakaway past Blue Dale.
And miraculously, nobody wrecked on that lap.
What are the odds of that, 3D?
And there's Vinnie Nightlife.
Yeah, he's got a party to go to after this, I'm sure. Win or lose. More than likely lose.
Blue Dale and Tim Flock finishing that lap going backwards.
Wasn't the first time today. Won't be the last time, I'm sure. Race Mountain taking a toll, but with 2 to go, we'll see which driver can show enough composure to win this race.
A tight race around turn 1, but you can see right here, Kyle Busch pulling ahead of the pack.
Looking strong. I've had a feeling about him all day. He's 2 laps away from getting his first career win. And no bigger stage than Race Mountain.
Well, there's Daytona.
Well, maybe Daytona, but I'd take Race Mountain over Daytona.
Blue Dale finishing second on that lap.
And then Flock backing it in. There's Kyle Petty with those rubber tires getting smacked from, of course, the insurance man.
And if you're in need of insurance, make sure you call your Farmers Insurance agent today. We are farmers.
Dun, 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 dun.
We'll be right back.
When you need to call the best, you gotta look no further. The gods of rock will not rest until you're down a number. Starting gates, it's gonna rock you. Finish line, it's gonna rock you to your knees. Believe you want it more. That's a guarantee. When you need to call the best, you gotta look no further.
And welcome back to the YouTube Cup Series main event at Race Mountain Speedway.
Before the break, we saw a chaotic first lap, which took out 3 cars, and then a rather pedestrian for Race Mountain second lap. Kyle Busch coming out on top. He's halfway there to his very first win in the YouTube Cup Series. Kyle Busch, one of the few drivers that also doubles up in the NOS Racing Series you can find on the Sub4 RA channel.
The drivers will be going 3 wide with 2 to go.
We got Kyle Busch in the 18, Blue Dale in the 3, Tim Flock in the 60. That's your front row. Let's do it, boys.
Tim Flock sideways into turn 1.
Comes out of it unscathed. Busch, Blue Dale, Kyle Busch, all fighting for position.
Kyle Busch and Kyle Petty getting stuck over there at the finish. We're going to have to take a look at the camera to see who's actually in what position.
One thing's for certain, though, Vinnie Nightlife is still in last. Oh, I forgot the oonce.
Kyle Petty finishing that lap in 3rd place by just a bumper.
Gotta say, it's pretty impressive what he's doing on that track on rubber tires. As we know, rubber tires, not the best option on Race Mountain.
If we take another look at the start of that lap, Tim Flock getting turned sideways, but somehow corrects it coming out of turn 1.
Kyle Busch and Blue Dale looking like snowplows. And it's kind of amazing. Tim Flock, what we've seen in segment racing, was able to recover from that without wrecking and pretty much thrived off of that. 1 lap to go. He's your leader. Can he pull it off for Scott Engineering? Nick Devers Racing.
Kyle Busch getting hit from behind by Blue Dale, spins him around.
Then Kyle Petty hits him again. Kasey Kahne, the insurance man, finishes him off. $5 says Kyle Busch knows what it's like to be in a pinball machine now.
And here we go with the last lap of the main event. It's a close race around turn 1.
Anybody's race. Flock and Blue Dale. Looks like Flock. Oh! Winner! Congratulations, Tim Flock, Scott Engineering / Nick Devers Racing for their very first Cup win today here at Race Mountain.
We started with 67 cars in the qualifying round, and we're down to the final 6 with Tim Flock coming out on top.
I'd say it's kind of refreshing not seeing some of these newer style body NASCARs win. Here's where it all began right here. Old school tradition when it was actual stock car you were driving. Look at that though, 3D.
He went right up on 2 wheels right there.
I hate to bring up what ifs, but what if he would have flipped it over on his roof? Would he have finished? What would have happened after that? But look at Kyle Petty. For rubber tires, finishes second. Yeah, I know second place is the first loser, but still, that's worth noting here on Race Mountain.
And you've got to applaud Vinnie Nightlife for his consistency in being last place.
Somehow still in that top 20, and this is actually going to be a great points day for him too going forward. Unbelievably.
Let's take a look at the finishing order here.
We got Tim Flock in the 60 car, Kyle Petty in the 44, followed by the Blue Dale in the 3, Kyle Busch in the 18, probably the strongest car all day, could not pull out the win. You got the insurance man, Kahne in the 5, and no number needed when you're the party guy, Vinnie Nightlife in 6th.
What an amazing race we've had here at Race Mountain Speedway. Lots of wrecks, lots of action, and just plain good diecast racing.
What a great way to kick off the second half of the season for the YouTube Cup here at Race Mountain Speedway, our very first road course event. I'd have to say it was highly successful. Now, how will these drivers react from it? Will any of them come out the same? Are their chassis bent? I don't know.
We hope you've enjoyed this special Diecast Sports presentation brought to you by the Sub4RA YouTube channel and 3D Bot Maker. For more great racing action, make sure you subscribe to both channels. Until next time, I'm 3D Bot Maker.
And I'm Rhino from the Sub4RA channel.
And we'll see you on the track.